and welcome to our summer Q&A. I'm Lucy, and God, I haven't done this in a minute. I don't want to go to the beach, and I played Aurelia Atlas.
Hello.
Are y'all participating? Sorry.
Hello. I'm Tom, and I played Khonsu-Mer, the main character.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and I played Yllis Barc.
Charlie's hungover.
We don't need that. We
And
don't need to say.
I'm back. It's Troy, the DM from Summer, and welcome to Season Questions and Answers, the summer recap.
Hey.
I just want to say, Troy, I said season question and answer, or Charlie said it during autumn, and Lucy was like, "That's so funny. You should."
That's so clever.
And I was like, "That's Troy's thing.
I
Troy
was
says it every time."
I was really, I just forgot. And
It's what they're titled.
Yeah, that's what someone said. So I was like, that's the title for it. And I was like, what? And I looked it up. And this was when I had all of the episodes open in front of me.
That's brilliant.
I will never profess to be a clever woman.
I will. So, Summer was our third season. It was the
So
first...
you said it with that dumb dropping shit on the
Sorry.
floor.
So, Summer...
Go ahead, Troy.
So Summer
Yeah,
was
you can
our
do it.
Summer was our third season of Season Quest, and it was the first one to have a proper guest. We had Jules Daniel join us for the first 3 episodes as
Hey.
their lovely halfling character.
Pocket.
Pocket.
I,
Sorry, I didn't realize it was going to be a quiz.
I remember summer.
I didn't stay.
Season,
Alright, so I
season
get-
questions and answers now.
I get the first point.
Yeah, you get 1 point.
Are we keeping track of this?
Yeah.
I think it'll be prizes.
This isn't fucking fair. I don't listen to Season Quest.
Oh, spoilers ahead for summer.
Yeah.
Listeners, beware.
You're in for spoiler.
Oh, I hated that.
Yeah, me too.
Summer was based on the season Summer.
Yeah.
The etymology of the word, nah. I stopped doing the bit because I couldn't think of the etymology of the word.
Etymologically.
And we started off with one of our favourite jokes ever.
Hang on, wait, before you say it. Charlie, this is a special bonus point for you. Can you name the track of the song or the artist?
Yeah, it's Rolling in the Deep.
So
Adele.
close, so close.
What is it?
Something in the Water by Brooke Fraser, who hasn't sued us yet. You guys found yourselves forming in the ocean and attempting to get out of the ocean, where you saw a elderly halfling woman
Grandmother.
and her halfling.
Yeah, I really
do you want
wish.
to start with talking about our characters a little?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wish that I'd known that we would be doing anything dexterous to start off with, because I had -2 to dex and -2 to strength. So I was starting with a bit of a disadvantage. My character was Khonsu-Mer. I wanted to do a sorcerer who didn't believe in magic, and then I read pyramids, and I was like, I should make it a pharaoh. I decided I was going to do like a sort of character who was like, I get my magic powers from just being king. And then I talked to Troy about it, and I found out there was divine soul sorcerers, and I was like, I'll just be like half like someone with god power, and I've given my power by God, and I think that that's my right as king. And then everyone made fun of me for making the main character. So fuck off. You should just make more central characters, I guess.
I think
It happened. Yllis became the main character.
My name was Khonsu-Mer Ta, but everyone said that it was funnier if it was just Khonsu-Mer, because it sounds like consumer. Which, yeah, I guess so.
those first 3 episodes, we did take the piss out of your character and
A
being
lot.
the protagonist.
A lot. I left that session, this isn't a joke, I left that session with an actual, like, genuine sadness about me. I was, like, worried. I was like, I do have a protagonist complex. I do want to be the center of attention. Maybe I'm the worst.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I just embraced it and then became the best character in the series, so...
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed what you did with it.
Sounds like we didn't bully you enough yet.
No, okay, we got to take notes for the next one.
Why did I write down 3-arm bug?
Because you had 3 bugs in your arm, obviously.
I was really confused about it because I crossed it out.
I think this wins my character sheet with the less like bullshit written on it. It says
There's a letter that's opening up that says "fuck you, cunt."
mine's got y'all's names, and then at the top I've got like how I get into my voice, which just says "Little Lord Birthday," and then in quotes, "I don't want to," and then just next to it 5 E's in a row. And then almost
D&D 5e.
almost everything else is like actually about the story, except for don't trust the boys.
That should
What?
always
Which-
be part of
yeah.
the story.
Anyway,
You took my voice.
yeah, I stole your voice.
Because I was going to do Little Lord Birthday, and then I realised that I hated it. And I didn't want to do Little Lord Birthday, but then I didn't have a voice for the entire first session, pretty much. What am I, Duggan?
I hated my voice as well, but I love doing it because it's just so stupid.
My favourite part is every single person who listens saying, Lucy's not even doing a voice.
That's so rude. Because to me, I'm doing the most voice I possibly can.
You just say a catchphrase and then continue doing your voice.
No, I did that sometimes.
I
I'll
don't
give
want to go to the beach.
It's
Hearing that on the live stream was
Oh my
so
goodness.
good. Brad Zimmerman just doing I don't want to go to the beach was so good.
Thanks for
Because
listening, Brad.
I wasn't there for that, but I wasn't watching that yet. I only caught the last hour or so of the stream. But when I was going through making sure it was all good to upload, I was skimming through and I just hear Lucy, and I went, oh, I've got to listen to this bit because I knew I'd asked Charlie to make me an NPC because I, much like Tom, want to be the center of attention. And so I just hear Lucy. I'm like, oh, I want to hear what he did with my character, and I'd only been told I'd been made into a bird.
You're not a bird, you're a kobold.
Are they birds?
No, they're dragon
Like
people.
little lizard dragon people.
They're like weakling, lower evolution standard below dragonborn.
They look
Genuinely.
goblin-y with dragon faces.
They're not just crows.
No, you're thinking of
Kobolds.
You're thinking of Kinku.
I'm thinking of Kinku. I thought I was a Kinku. I wasn't. I was a lizard person.
I love Kinku.
Kinkus are really good. Anyway, that's why I thought I was a Kinku.
Because of the voice.
Yeah. Anyway, and then I was listening to that bit, and I was like, yeah, I've got a clipboard. That makes a lot of sense. And then just Brad's immediate, I don't want to go to the beach. I was like, oh fuck. that's my personality trait now.
Oh yeah. I mean, you might as well tell us about your character while you're here.
I was Aurelia Atlas. I was a paladin human. Second time I'd ever played a paladin. I played one for the pilot as well, which we did not upload. And then I also stole the name Aurelia, and I hadn't realised.
Yeah, I actually had a question, and it was from Cyan, and the question is, why did you steal my name?
Because I didn't realise, and Cyan's cool.
She's heartbroken because now she can never play that character again.
Which was from a D&D campaign you were doing at the same time as Summer. That started just before Summer.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks before we made our characters for Summer,
And I didn't know.
we started playing. Cyan played for one of the sessions, the one that was where you were there.
Yeah.
And then we did Summer, and I didn't realise. It didn't click for me.
I didn't realise. I genuinely picked it out of a book. There was a big list of names you could have, and I went with Aurelia.
Oh, that's in Xanathars, isn't it?
Yeah.
Listeners at home, you decide which is a better name, Aurelia Atlas or Aurelia Mungbean.
I'll vote Mungbean.
Mungbean.
Hungry.
I just wanted to be a real smug, aggressively positive paladin. Sorry, I was just reading my prompts, and I can't read my own handwriting a lot of the time. And it says lovely horse because my character lovely horse. I just thought it said lovely torso, like torso.
How would you describe yourself? Lovely torso.
Dude, lovely torso. And yeah, my kind of big thing was I'm going to be great. I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be a narcissist, that sort of stuff. But it's difficult to do that when you're trying to fight with boys all the time about them being mean bullies.
It's true.
Charlie, you were a crab?
Spoilers!
We said.
I played a right bastard.
Yeah, you did. And then you played a
Supports
kind of nice
Trump.
guy.
Sorry, what was
What did you say?
It supports Trump.
All red.
No. I misunderstood the character creation portion of Summer. I, for some reason, in my mind, remembered Troy asking us to think of an animal.
I said as a joke, we come from animals or something like that.
Something got it in my mind.
I did tell you guys you were newly formed humans that had never been humans before, you formed in the water and then crawl out of
Yeah.
the water as humans, like a zombie invasion, but it's people.
So I messaged Troy crab, and Troy said what? And I said I will be a crab.
It did throw me through a loop of, I don't think he understood you're meant to be humans. What D&D race? Crab.
And then I took my inspiration from like Jafar and evil bastards like him, and
Yzma?
and Yzma too, yeah, stuff like that. My name is Silly Crab backwards. That Yllis Barc is him.
I can't believe we never
It's funny because
noticed that.
it does just sound like an evil name.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It's
Yllis
so good.
Barc sounds like an evil name, and then it's just a silly crab. Did you choose to be evil after Yllis Barc backwards came out to sound evil, or did you?
No, I made the evil decision first because that's also something. I think Tom said something about wanting to be like a king sort of character, and I was like, oh, perfect opportunity to be the evil king's advisor.
I script my characters months upon months in advance. Like I had the idea for Khonsu before we started spring.
Definitely.
Because I was messaging Troy about it, and then when we were doing autumn and no one was messaging me their character for ages, I was
Hey.
like, "Fuck, dude."
Yeah, well, we didn't do it months in advance, but I sent you like a good rundown of Bowtie, like at least a month before we recorded.
This isn't the autumn Q&A.
Yeah, in fact, I'm not even going to come to the autumn Q&A. Fuck you, Lucy. It hasn't already been recorded while I was away. I swear.
No.
We would never.
Both Lucy and Charlie pointed this out after we finished summer, and maybe Troy also pointed it out during summer, and I just didn't notice. But I didn't realize this, but we are literally the Emperor's New Groove. It's
Truly.
Oh, true.
It's Cusco.
Yzma.
Cosmo, Khonsu.
Yllis for Wanda.
Yzma's Yllis and Kronk is Aurelia.
Yeah, we've talked about it a couple times, and I love it so much. Sorry.
Jill's assisting you in that first episode was Parcher.
Truly.
I'd never played a sorcerer before, and so it was really fun to play a sorcerer because I'd never played a pure spellcaster. Because wizards can suck my fat nuts. Whereas
So rude.
I'm going to play a wizard.
I'm gonna stop playing wizards.
Whereas sorcerers are awesome because they don't have to study, so they're not nerds, and they get to empower their spells.
When we were making characters for just like a campaign that we're playing outside of podcast, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a wizard. Like, I really love playing wizards, and Tom just made fun of me, and I'm like, this no.
It's like, you should play a sorcerer. Sorcerers are so cool.
It's you were really getting into that, and
Sorcerers are awesome.
Much like this, I was trying to say why I wanted to play a wizard, and Tom was just like, no, you should be a sorcerer. Like, it's few and far between you get mansplaining. But you were just really going, no, I'm sorcerer, you should play a sorcerer instead of a wizard because, like, you get to do, like, these things. I was like, I don't care.
I just think sorcerers are cool.
For all our female listeners who don't know what mansplaining is.
We don't have female listeners.
Can I just quickly ask, how long have each of you been DMing?
6
minutes.
since film school for me.
So 2019.
Yeah.
Like, end of 2019.
No,
middle of 2019.
I
You did
started.
run stuff.
But I only did like one shots until season quest. I didn't do anything long, except for the long running campaign that lasted like 4 sessions.
Before spring, I did a one shot with the boys and like some of my flatmates at the time, and then I've run a few things after that, but that's not tons. Charlie?
Like 8 years.
Nice. So obviously, summer was my
It shows.
Summer was my first time DMing, and I went into it very loose with very like an improv attitude towards it. I had like bullet points of what I wanted to cover during the session, and we mostly did that.
Nice.
To a point.
Yeah.
And then we went off the rails.
You went in at pussy open. I think
Sorry, Tom was just kind of reacting to his own sentence.
I think before I said that, I thought that was a phrase. And then I realised it wasn't a phrase as I said it.
Please leave it in with the uncomfortably long, awkward silence.
I'm actually... Why did I say that?
So
Am I thinking of a different phrase?
I don't know.
Head first?
Hog out.
Hog out. Pussy open.
Sounds like the worst, like, open sesame sort of deal. Just knocking on a door.
I'm really confused.
So
Hi
wait.
Reddit. Last night my boyfriend asked me. What do I do?
Am I the arsehole? One of my co-hosts said pussy open and I don't want him on the podcast anymore.
Humanoid encounters.
So we had the first episode, Something in the Water.
Yep. First time DMing. You were crazy about it.
I loved it. It was fun. I've got some weird notes from that session. So it's got embarrassed nudity in public, Griffin, for Tom. And then Charlie, it says drowning, ... So I don't know what that means, but it might have been fears.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I
you
was
were
afraid of
water
drowning. Yeah.
because of the crab.
And I get good points because I didn't have any negative feedback.
You're
Give
right.
us a-
Lucy,
give
you
us
can have a
another-
point.
Give us another quiz question, Troy.
No, I just gave Lucy a point. No,
well, I
yeah,
want a
sure.
quiz question.
Name 3 of the halflings that joined you guys as your retainers.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Baggy, Pouch, and
Sock.
oh my god, what's the third one? The
It's
one
a-
that I didn't care about, right?
I think so. They were a doctor, it says here.
Yeah, and they
Satchel?
left.
Correct.
Yay!
That's so
You can
unfair.
each have a point.
Yeah, I named 2 of them.
No, you say each. Is that everyone?
Yeah, you know what? Sure, Charlie, for picking apart my...
You did say sock.
You said one that wasn't.
They didn't show up that day.
When I came out of the water, you said we were naked, and I said that I was a 12-year-old boy, and you said, no, you're not naked anymore.
Yeah, I stand by that. You were not naked.
No,
You
I
were
was
fully
wearing.
clothed.
I was wearing.
Brave.
Yllis was butt
Yeah,
naked.
we did talk about
pussy
this
open.
long. We did talk. This didn't make it onto the episode, and Lucy probably won't leave this in the Q&A, but I am positive that we spent at least half an hour talking about his long, saggy nuts.
Yeah, there was definitely a conversation regarding that.
A lot of the start of summer, I mean, the water section is like the entire episode because we waste a lot of time.
Yeah, there was a lot of drowning and saving each other
Yeah.
from drowning and not caring that each other were drowning in that first bit.
We wasted a lot of time in that one.
I think
And I
Jill-
felt bad for Jules because Jules was just sitting there like, I guess
I'm waiting for you guys to be done with this.
I can't do any story stuff.
Jules was busy waiting for their grandma to die, okay?
Yeah.
And it took a while.
So rough.
When
So rude.
when you were like to the grandma, I won't see you tomorrow, and then you did, and you were just like, oh.
That was so
My bad.
good. You did like a premonition and you were like, I'm setting myself to be like a scary prophecy teller. And then it didn't come true. You were just like,
I was
oh.
just an asshole.
Yeah. So episode 2, a game of 3 halves. This would have been when we went to the
Half.
halfling town. Half?
Half was the village you were first in.
I get a point.
No, you don't.
What? I knew what the town was called.
It wasn't a question.
I don't care. You didn't know.
I believe you guys went and got a whole bunch of... You got powered up a little bit with a bit of leveling.
We got our cool fits.
We went into the sun.
Oh, yeah.
I loved the bit where we got our cool fits because I got to be like, I get all this cool Egyptian stuff, and all I did was describe it as Egyptian.
I got my red shell armor.
Yeah,
I got
copish.
shiny armor. I was a shiny knight.
And if I remember, you two, Lucy and Charlie, actually went and got dressed and got weapons and stuff.
I
Yeah.
left.
Khonsu walked into town and back.
Yeah, I walked into town, and then you said that I started to have a meltdown because I couldn't see anything. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm leaving then.
And Jules, of course, sung us their summer song at the end of
Beautiful.
that for the summer festival.
Tunes.
Here it is.
That might be it.
Summer.
No, edit.
Don't tell me what to do.
No, edit. No, edit now. We're recording.
A game of 3 halves. Did you guys go to 3/4 Village, or was that?
That was
Next
a
time.
little bit later.
Cool. Is this where we met all the fun creatures?
So we met everyone who hated us so much.
Yeah.
And Troy said to us after the session, they were supposed to be your friends, but you
Yeah.
were mean.
Crocodile?
Yep, Dill, who was a
Crocodile, purse, crocodile, crocodilian.
Myrmidillion.
Yeah. Lovely character created by my friend Al.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you, Al.
Gave them a
Cool
weird
character.
Alan Tudyk kind of voice. Didn't like it, didn't know I could do it.
So it's great to learn something about yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, we also fought some, as a pattern for later on, before we got to half, we fought some fucking dudes. Some short guys. What are they called?
Oh, quiz question.
Halflings?
The Froggletoads.
Got it.
Good one. But I don't get a point for knowing half.
It was a question.
You shouldn't get asked about half.
You've gotten so competitive.
Speaking of questions, do we have any questions?
Yeah. Lucy, why did you steal Cyan's name?
I'm sorry.
That's the only question I
I'm
had.
fucking good at podcasting, huh?
Here's a question from Isadora Murphy Music. Who annoys each other the most while playing? Because I love some tea.
I annoy everyone.
I think we all mess with each other a lot.
And specifically in this one, I would regularly lose my fucking mind to I don't want to go to the beach.
Yeah, I don't try to like mess with people or annoy them. I'm just cooked. Like I'm just a bit insane.
I don't know, in summer, I think my most annoying person was probably me. I spent a lot of sessions getting really introspective and sad about the fact that I couldn't play my character the way I wanted to.
You did spend a lot of sessions standing in the kitchen for that one, I do remember.
Yeah, you went to the kitchen. You put yourself in timeout a lot.
There was one point, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I went into the kitchen and screamed because I was just upset.
You do leave the table a little bit.
It's because I'm ADHD.
Don't dig into him too hard, he'll leave.
Most annoying player for me was Lucy.
Uh-huh.
Right, moving on.
That's me.
I want to say that when you asked that question, everyone looked at me and then turned away from me.
I looked
just
at you
say-
because we know exactly how to annoy the fuck out of each other. Tom and I know the correct phrases to immediately get under each other's skin.
I know exactly how to push Charlie's buttons, and that's to put some food in my mouth and just start chewing.
We finished that first session and I left with Jules and Jules went, wow, Tom and Charlie really know how to annoy each other, don't they? And I was like, yep.
I think also particularly because it was the first session of summer, and I knew that Charlie was trying to like be my advisor sort of thing, and I knew what he was
Get my
going
own power.
for.
Yeah.
So I was resisting him not in gameplay, just in life by being the fucking worst and slapping him.
I appreciated that you were spending so much time annoying each other because I was like, if they even give it 2 seconds of thought, they're going to pull apart my campaign in seconds. They're gonna. I think you guys decided within the first session that you were leaving the continent.
Yeah,
We were going to go to the moon.
I don't know.
You decided you were just going to boat to another continent just because.
Yeah, you guys got real dead set on that.
You did message us saying that there would be
That there
an
were
option
other-
to leave the continent,
Yeah,
which made us
definitely.
go, yeah, we're not going to stay here. This shit's lame.
I don't remember how I got really dead set on fighting the moon. But just after I thought it, I just couldn't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like to this day, I still can't stop thinking about fighting the moon. So that was a game of 3 halves, and then we had Lucky Feet and Unlucky Arms. Good name for that one.
Yep.
I like that a lot. Summer's got good names.
Thank you. That was one of my favourite, like, dumb, silly magic twists was the idea of lucky rabbit's feet and unlucky halfling arms.
Man.
It was a good bit.
Thinking about what we did to that rabbit.
Who can name the rabbit?
It was Flippity
name
Floppity.
him- I'll name him Carl.
It was Flippity Floppity. It was! I renamed it. I don't care what you called it. Khonsu, Lord, named it Flippity Floppity, and we changed it to that.
I've got no answer.
You just named it Big Chungus.
No, I didn't. I did not.
In the episode, I swear you renamed it Big Chungus. However, it did have, it was rest day or something. It was Easter backwards.
Great Space
Oh,
Jam
yeah.
reference, huh?
Right.
Didn't call it fucking Big Chungus. I have class.
Yeah, it's also alright. Sorry, just I have classes starting to sing Weezer. It's so good.
I thought you were laughing that hard at your own joke immediately.
Sorry,
Oh my
I just
God.
realised what was happening.
He's taking out the receipts.
Specifically for like a
Oh my god, my voice is so deep. That was when I was sick. I was sick during the first season of summer.
and I'm done.
First season.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, wandering the street. Entire
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
However, the net 20, Yllis. I say you must keep it. I require you
episode in the...
3.
Okay.
Ritze looks at all three of you.
Ritze, Easter, backwards.
Yeah.
Yes, I expect my subjects to know my name.
It's me.
We
I did that.
spread it throughout the land. It's quick.
Did you guess the halfling's terrible voices?
I made you change it multiple times.
Khonsu-Mer strength I need to be boosted for that one.
Love listening to the fucking episode on the recap. It's great.
It's just not a vote.
It was Ritze.
You passed it already.
No, I don't care. I know it was Ritze. I want to prove that I didn't call it Big Chungus.
No.
So exciting.
Wait, I said...
I don't have any. What do I know? You both look over, and you can see that this is a large humanoid rabbit. I think it looks a bit like a large humanoid rabbit.
That's so exciting.
Yes, of course. That's what I was getting at. Brer. I shall call him Brer.
Call him Brer. Not Big Chungus.
I swear it gets renamed. The rabbit who was named Rumpty/Ritze/Chungus/Brer.
Brer, which was...
A winter name.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't we already have that? I bet the very next thing is one of us going, already done that.
Yeah.
Brer Rabbit, innit?
Yep.
For those listening at home,
And
for those listening at home, I just listened to the whole episode.
it was been so long.
On
You can hear it now. Editing the whole episode.
Imagine if I did. I might just do a really sped up version of it.
just all the episodes. On my list where I was keeping track of all of your characters, I have here that you each had. Oh, hang on. Tom, I'm really sorry. This is from a different episode where there was other rabbits, because there was Rabbi and Bitsy and Bauble named there as well.
Yeah, fuck
Oh,
yourself.
no.
I didn't call that one Chungus.
But you did call a rabbit Chungus.
Yeah, but that's fine. I call that one Big Chungus.
Damn. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, what was it about you in class?
Yeah, sorcerer.
Say it, so.
So yeah, anyways, back to the topic at hand. Khonsu was a very, Khonsu didn't do anything there. I meant Yllis. I don't know why I said Khonsu. Sorry, I'm just obsessed with myself. Yllis that was when we kind of learnt that Yllis was a terrible person who gave a rabbit a poisonous tail and forced him to keep holding on to it until he finished the story. And then once he finished the story, he said, "Don't let go. It's an equal trade."
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, you guys fucked up that rabbit.
Mm.
And the things that happened
I'm
with
gonna
those...
guess I didn't.
No, you didn't. You were still being very good. I think you were still having to lead their cart at that point.
Yeah, I'm still carrying you guys.
When we found out that we had all the gear and we were like, we have an extra space. Let's get 2 of the halflings on.
Genuinely tragic.
You also found out about unlucky halfling arms, and one of
I had
you,
vicious nightmares.
one of you placed them down next to the others and gave them nightmares.
And then I woke
No
up
comment.
and I put it next to you.
Yeah.
You did, and the other
I
one.
think I woke up and I put it back next to Ela.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I was like, I don't know what this is, absolutely knowing what it is.
And on that same night, though, Aurelia, you met for the first time Terra.
Oh, why didn't you make that a quiz question? I would have gotten it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
What
wouldn't
were
have.
they the goddess of?
Dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, unicorn, I think.
That's right, Charlie.
They were the goddess. They weren't a goddess, by the way. They were a disciple. I'm not trying to tell you
You're right.
more, but
You're correct.
that's Lucy's
2
score.
points. And we did that. We had you meet with Terra because after that first session, Jules went, if you don't buff Lucy up, Tom and Charlie are going to destroy her and drag her behind the cart. So we
Yeah.
buffed you up at the beginning there.
I had people worried for me.
Yeah.
Which is sad. I've got nothing to say beyond that.
Had that in-universe power.
Mm-hmm.
Flex could talk to people and get them to do my bidding.
Yeah. I believe you also communicated with the moon for the first time at that point.
No, maybe.
Maybe the second time.
The first time I did it, I had a vicious nightmare
Yeah.
that night, and that wasn't because it was about me not being king or something. I think the first time I talked to the moon wasn't until we got to the volcano with Hearth. Yeah, I know Hearth's name.
Yeah, you do.
Because after that was when I first was like, I'm going to try to talk to my god and ask them what to do, and then they just killed.
Yeah, well, I think you rolled some ridiculous...
I rolled a nat 20 in religion.
Yeah. A few times.
Which
More than once.
I want to say I wasn't even good at religion. I wasn't proficient in it. I just did good in it every time.
Love.
I think I just remembered on Yllis's sheet under the traits and shit, under the bonds, I wrote into it.
And obviously, you guys lost a halfling who went back to half.
Yeah, we lost Satchel.
Yeah, and
Perk.
And obviously, you guys had a bit of. You were telling halflings to spread word that you were the king and spread religion.
Yeah.
Some unusual stuff.
That was my two halflings that stuck with me. I can't remember which one was my favorite. I think it was Baggy, right? Baggy was my boy, and then
I think so.
And I gave Pouch to. I gave everyone a halfling, and then one of the halflings ran away, and so it just ended up being I got both of them again.
Yeah. Episode 4.
Festive fights and fairy lights.
Oh yeah, this is Three-Quarterling Village.
Yeah.
No, we had to do the trials, and I looked like a fucking moron.
Dude, I edited it down so we didn't look as stupid as we were.
Oh,
We all got real stupid.
I have literally never done a D&D puzzle that's made me feel more like a fucking buffoon than the fucking water jug puzzle where we had to sit there,
Right.
and it was like you have to make all of the water jugs equal, and I was trying to come up with some complex maths, and Charlie was like, we'll just pull one out so that 3/4 of them are full, and that's what they want, and that was right. And I was trying to figure out how to make them exactly 3/4 each by pouring water in them.
I remember, was that the answer, or did you just accept it?
I think here I've written that it was meant to. I've got 4 drinks circled. And it's ticked. But I think I accepted that you'd made them all 3/4 as a better answer than what I had. One of the other ones, I believe, it just says here, not entering people.
Cool.
I think only 3/4 of you could enter or something at the time.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and we had to leave behind.
The halflings, because they only...
They only equal to 1.
The first challenge was actually to do with, like, coloured stones, and you had to do Roy-G Biv backwards, which I believe Charlie figured out. I might be wrong.
No, I think I cracked that one.
I
There's
don't
one
think...
of you two.
all I know is I didn't figure out any of them.
I'm pretty sure I left the colour one confident. And then when we got to the drink one, I was like, oh.
Actually, no, I think we all had an answer for the jugs one.
There was 4 challenges. You had to complete 3/4 of them.
That's right, because the not counting people, we still took the halflings in, and you went, perhaps we should only take in, we only have to do 3/4 of the challenges, so we've completed the trial. And then the guy was like, all right.
Yeah.
What was the other one? What was the...
12 stones, and you guys had
Oh,
to...
no, that was the one that
They
I
were
did
divided
good.
by elements.
Yeah. Same as the
Yeah.
gems and the disciples and every other part of this world.
Blue forehead gem.
Yep.
Remember when we set that up and everyone made fun of me? And said, oh, you are just an anime protagonist, huh? And it was Troy's idea to give me that. And I had to suffer for it because Troy was sitting there in silence going...
Yep. And of course, in terms of the festive fights, you guys did have a fight in that 3/4 village
Yeah, we
against
fought.
more rabbits.
That's when we fought the rabbits.
Fucked them up.
Yep. And in that battle, we lost a very dear friend who was missed for the whole season by Lucy, the lovely snowman.
Didn't we kick him over? I thought we kicked him
Yeah.
over.
I think we talked about possibly doing it, but then Lucy started crying.
I didn't actually cry. I was just quite upset. And then, on that same day, on that same Christmas day, we had a Charlie and Tom Christmas special.
Yeah.
And on that very night.
That was really good.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had Twilight at Night, the Christmas special. What did you call me?
Ho, ho, ho. Slut, slut, slut.
Misogyny brought to you by Season Quest.
Yeah, we had our Christmas special, which is the only Christmas present Charlie and I have ever received.
That's not true. I think I got you both Christmas presents that year.
I mean, I know Charlie turned up with Season Quest Christmas presents, and we all got our own Season Quest themed dice.
Actually, I think that was way earlier in the year.
Why is that
it was
so
for
funny?
Christmas.
Because I bought
but
my
it was
I
early.
bought my autumn dice, and then I brought them out, and I was like so excited to use my brand new dice. They're autumn themed, and you went, oh.
That reminded you that you had them with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, guess I can't use these. I've never used those dice. I've only because you got me the autumn themed one. I've never
Which-
used the ones that I bought.
Which ones are your autumn themed?
They're
ones
just
that you bought?
orange. They just look like autumn. They're like browny orange, and they're very nice. But I use the ones that Charlie got me because it means more to me because it was a present.
Yeah.
I gave away all my weapons by this point, I think, because
Yeah.
I gave
You
back.
were useless in battle.
Fucking wasn't. Thank you.
in battle.
I used Tasha's caustic brew.
In those first battles, you hid.
Cool spell.
Yeah, I didn't do anything until the rabbit battle.
Yeah.
And when we got to the rabbit battle, I was pretty fucking useful because I used Chaos Bolt and Tasha's Caustic Brew and Firebolt
And
and
you guys-
Mind Sliver.
Killed all the bandits that were in the town, causing magic to disappear from that area, not letting a snowman reform.
Which is fucked up when you think about
The
it.
good ending.
We killed things. We invaded into someone's town and
Yep.
then killed the people that lived there and removed magic from its setting.
And a bonus point if you can tell me what the town was renamed to in your guys.
Cool Land,
Correct.
obviously.
Yeah, it was
Tom's
cool.
pretty quick on the draw.
Yeah.
It's, if Tom remembers it, he gets it immediately. If he doesn't remember it, I usually figure it out in the next 20 seconds. Charlie's here.
Charlie's got a point.
Charlie got a pity point.
Pity point.
He also gets a pretty point.
Yeah, I pretty.
That one's got a star like a wand.
Yeah, right.
Charlie started giving out gold stars in D&D. It's pretty good.
When did you guys meet Baronald?
Now,
Or Beauregard?
I think it might have been around
the
now, yeah.
next morning when we woke up, because I had another nightmare,
I think
There were
this
sounds
is...
from the north and
and we
stuff
saw
happened.
a bear come, and I went to shoot at it.
The dream.
You're so childish. Genuinely, immediately, before he can finish saying it. With the sunglasses, you look like Dr.
Oh.
Eggman. Sorry.
I forgot those were still on.
That's how hungover you are.
With the sunglasses, you look like Dr. Eggman.
Is that Dr. Robotnik? Yeah,
Yeah.
Sonic
Yeah.
Man.
With
Sorry.
the mustache and the sunglasses.
Dr. Eggman and Dr. Robotnik are the same person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a feeling, but I wasn't 100% sure. Sorry, you were saying something.
Oh, it's fucking bright, isn't it?
You can put the sunglasses back on.
It was
Egg
comfortable.
boy.
I want it back on. Just don't judge me for wearing my sunglasses inside. It's just it's a comfortable shade.
Can we take a photo of
You
you
do
and
look
put it on the
pissed off.
Twitter like this?
Yeah.
You keep turning to look at me, and it looks like you're so mad.
Egg boy.
Nice
Chicken
try,
hole.
Sonic.
Chicken hole.
No.
DM tip. If you have no rings, you will lose a life.
Eggman.
Anyway, and then we had the episode
DM.
Hearthstone Happenings. Sorry.
Auto lock on enemies with spin dash.
Hearthstone happenings. Now, if I remember correctly, and I do, most of you took Baronald to get to the Hearthstone.
I walked.
But Khonsu
I wasn't
walked.
allowed to go. There was only space for 3 people, and I said that I would walk instead of make the halflings go.
Yeah, we're gonna leave the
walk.
halflings in Cool Land.
I walked on my own because I wanted to
Slayer.
prove that I was. Because Yllis was like, "You could be a good king if you walk up the king's path," and I went, "Okay," and I did it because I wanted to prove that my character was more than just a pretty little sissy boy.
And yeah, then we met Half, and this is when Aurelia really started to be like, what the fuck? Because you killed Half.
I didn't kill Half. Once again, Troy made me roll a religion check. I talked to my god, and my god said, "Yep," and then shot a laser beam out of my head. I didn't choose to do it.
See, I keep forgetting that.
People-
Aurelia never knew that, and Lucy keeps forgetting that.
You motherfuckers seem to think that I pulled Troy aside and said, "I want to kill the gods," because that's what Troy seems to imply every time. He's like, can't believe you killed all the disciples. It was him. He did it. And then I went, okay, I guess that's my goal that's been put on my lap.
Yeah.
And it was a good goal. It made Khonsu a better character for it. He got to kill people instead of having to worry about thinking. And because of that, he got better thinking.
And then I guess from there we move on to the voices you can trust, and that's, yeah, I think that's when you start talking to...
I just found my poem from the 3/4 Village and I missed.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to read it again. 3/4 Village, beware of blood spillage. There are 4 trials which take a while. Then find the path that leads you to half.
That's pretty
King's
good.
Path, innit?
Yeah.
King's Path.
But sorry, yes, the voices you can trust.
That was the next episode.
Yeah.
There was more voices in our head stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was when I was dreaming about falsity, you were dreaming about Terra, and you were dreaming about nothing. You had no internal monologue. NPC.
I don't need it.
I am the internal monologue.
Did I have you guys roll for dreams each night? Was that
Yeah.
what was
Every
happening?
night.
Yeah.
Every night.
And you never had a good dream.
I had a good dream near the end. I had one good dream. And it wasn't even a great dream. It was just a pretty good dream.
That's so wild.
I had bad dreams all the way through. I had numerous dreams, and I would describe them every time. And so at one point, Troy went like, "And you have the same dream you had last night," and shook his head at me because he didn't want me to keep describing the fucking dreams.
So good.
Because my nightmare just before we got to Hearth, the nightmare before we got picked up by Baranold, was I just remembered this. It was me going to Hearth and Hearth telling me that I'm nothing, and me not being able to reach like kinghood.
Yeah.
And then I got there and killed Hearth, and I went, well,
Well, never mind.
can't tell me that now.
Yeah, my bad dreams were always like, I go to save a town. And it was always still because, like, Aurelia was a narcissist. Like, I still managed to fight off whatever the beast it was, but then everyone turned on me and they were all like, you're the monster that's attacking this town. And it was just people not liking Aurelia and not, like, being everyone's protector and people not thinking that.
What were Yllis's nightmares?
Ding, ding, ding. What's that sound? It's time for another question. Does anyone have a question?
What were Yllis's dreams?
Yllis doesn't dream.
Ooh.
You just don't
I don't
remember.
sleep. I just dream.
Yllis probably had dreams. I don't remember them.
Here's a question on the
You
Instagram.
definitely had a good dream.
What has been every member's highlight of the past year creating Season Quest? Love to hear the best bits.
I liked moving in with my girlfriend. That was nice.
That's not your Season Quest
Season
highlight.
Quest.
I had a season quest highlight. I liked DMing.
Autumn
Oh.
was good.
Oh,
I love all of it, but the end of Autumn just... I felt bad, but it was fun.
I felt bad.
I have a highlight. I have a
God,
very clear and
Tom.
obvious highlight.
Yeah.
I'm just ignoring Tom. I have a very, like, obvious highlight to me. Recording with Jackson Bailey.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Like, straight up dream come true shit. I'm wearing a Plumbing the Death Star shirt right now.
Amazing.
Oh.
It was so much fun.
And that was Anthology Trial.
Yes, if you have not listened to it yet, I highly recommend. It's very stupid.
My highlight was finally breaking down the other members of Season Quest enough where I was finally given access to the Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I don't know. I don't really have a major highlight. I think I've enjoyed all of it. DMing was really fun. Actually, you know what my highlight was? When I got to get everyone with a silly little twist and everyone went, what the fuck? What do you mean we lose? In Autumn. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Which part was that?
When you lost in like episode 5 or 6 because the darkest timeline. Because in the
Oh, yeah.
in the normal one you
Yeah.
won. And then
Dude.
and you get betrayed by fuck.
Personally, I've got two big highlights. That was finishing season 4, just because it was like, hey, we set out to do 4 12-episode campaigns and we fucking did it within a year.
Yay.
And then also hitting 2,000 downloads and Charlie doing his Season Quest rap.
Dude,
that was a
the
highlight.
rap was so
That was a
good.
highlight.
Yeah, I'll chuck that one in my highlights too.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Oh, good up.
Thank you.
I also
Point
really
for Troy,
liked.
point for Troy.
I also really liked when we were doing anthology, just before we started anthology, and we were talking about which ones we were gonna do, and we were like, let's do a heist, and then we didn't do a heist.
Yeah. Okay, low light real quick is losing the best timeline and losing the heist.
That's the only time we've ever had to delay episodes as well, is both the times that we've lost audio, which sucks the most, because, like, we did good.
We're sorry, audience. We lost some episodes due to audio problems.
Yeah.
I'll take the blame for that one.
You guys even
It's
had a
valid.
guest
I blame
star
Lucy.
in for
Yeah, we
Anthology
had
Heist.
Yeah.
Mackay Findlay joined you guys.
Does Mackay know yet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Good.
I've
Crown was
got to
great,
pull
though.
the jerk a bit for him. I promised that I would.
I
haven't
love
done that yet.
I love Crown though. Crown is
fun.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to do Crown at least. That's an idea I came up with ages ago. And I was very happy
think
that I got to do it.
My favorite part of it was it really felt like both Charlie and Lucy were in on it, and I was just not.
And we weren't.
And then Charlie's like, Tom, you get to have a secret. I go to the bathroom. My secret was, I do
Wait, so you were king a second time? Yeah, I mean, sorry. I listened to the Crown episodes more than just the intro and outro. I swear.
Crown is pretty good. You should listen to
I
it.
will.
Troy
be.
was there. He just wasn't saying anything.
Really annoying. He was like, guys, I'm sick. I can't talk, so I'll just listen to you record.
Troy was playing the scepter, but we just never mentioned it.
Yeah, if Troy was there as well, I was gonna have Troy be a sword.
Amazing.
Or you were gonna be Petty Feather, who was the advisor.
And my axe.
At Hearth, once Hearth was destroyed, you kind of had your first option to travel the world and figure out where you wanted to go, whether you were going back to Coolland or Hearth, or whether you were going to go to the Zembra Caves where Embros the Minotaur was.
No, and we were gonna go, and we ended up going to the Sphinx area.
Yeah, I believe you did. I think you were heading over
Because that's where we met the humans.
and you managed to find some other humans.
Yeah.
Sorry, Troy, I keep cutting you off.
No, that's okay.
I think the next one was Terror the Nightmare.
Yeah,
So that would have been right after us being with the Sphinx.
So you guys did the Sphinx stuff.
What was
Yeah,
the
it was
name of the Sphinx? Question for the group.
Stay.
The Sphinx was...
Why are you You know it.
Yeah, I
You're gonna ask him
do.
why he's googling it?
Why are you
what's the
seeking
name of the
knowledge?
world?
Windavia.
Was it the Sphinx called Windavia as well?
Sure was. And that is because
When Darby was the continent, not the world.
Windavia is the continent, and Windavia was the griffin, and in the first session I said Sphinx.
That's
and
why you
fucked it
wrote
up.
down Griffin.
Yep, that is why I've written down Griffin.
'Cause
Windavia is a griffin,
When
guys.
Davia exploded the moment we landed.
Yeah.
Which I...
In the ocean.
yeah.
Like, when you arrived in the world,
Yeah.
Windavia died.
What was the catalyst for that again? Why did she explode?
Us.
Was it us? Just us?
It was you guys coming in with the force of no magic and just draining the world, and she...
I had quite a bit of magic, mate.
You were gaining it. You probably absorbed Windavia's magic.
We went in there like sponges.
All of us holding hands, getting a little bit of mag.
And I'll give a point for each of the human companions you can remember the names of.
Fuck off. Brett.
Mark was
Brent.
one of them.
Mark. Grant. No, not Grant.
Wasn't Graham.
Graham.
I remember because I bullied Mark, I think.
Yeah, Mark was definitely one of them.
Mark was one. So was Brent.
Halloumi.
Claire.
What is your brother-in-law's name?
Matthew. Garth.
Garth. Garth was one
Yes.
of them.
He's not brother-in-law yet.
Well, yeah. Garth was one of them because I remember he died and you were like, whatever. I was like, isn't that like your brother-in-law's name? And you were like, oh.
Yeah, he was the one that he died immediately, right?
Yeah.
No. Garth, walking, not heralding, dead. What?
He was the.
Garth died
We
when
drowned
he
him.
drowned.
He drowned.
Yeah.
Because we made him go into the ocean, into the water.
Well, that was
I found the exact bit of paper
Yeah.
here that has a camelobra.
us drowning ourselves was cooked.
What was the name of the fucking main girl? The one that we made into a god?
Yeah,
Claire.
you gave her a copish.
Was it Claire?
Not Claire. It
Claire.
was Serena.
Serena.
And
That
you
was it.
also had on the team, so it was Mark, Serena, Garth,
Glade.
Glade, and Brent.
Nice. I got Brent.
Yep. Brent, I think, is who you actually sent away to...
Yeah, he was my religious boy.
1
Yeah.
point for Charlie. Two
No,
points.
two points for Charlie, one for
point
me.
2 points for me.
Yes, I'm still in the lead.
Troy,
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Good.
It's more of actually a command. Tell me about your world building.
Like the process?
Like, your world. Because I remember that there's
Sure.
a long history to it. And a
Yeah.
fun story.
I guess that's true. 2014, I decided that I wanted to give a go at creating my own fantasy world, so I teamed up with a bunch of my friends, some of whom are still in my SPLITelevision Productions crew, and we started building continents and disciples and primordials and all of it with the idea of elemental magic being balanced and unbalanced, and we always knew that we wanted the time before humans and the time after humans to be really separated, and so for my first time bringing this kind of fictional world in my head into reality through Season Quest, I figured that jumping in at that midpoint, right when humans arrive in the world, would be the most fun to have a play around and fuck it up for myself and kill off all of the gods I'd come up with.
Love.
Yeah, thank you. Good question, good question.
Thank you.
So you guys met the humans, you had to drown yourselves, and you went off to go and find Terra and have nightmares.
First thing we did was we tried to do some detective work, which didn't go so good.
No.
We looked at ashes for a bit, and then went,
Yeah.
And then I did a religion check, and you said, drown, 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 and I went, okay. And then you went,
That
no,
was
no,
so
no,
fucked
no,
up.
no, don't listen. That's why it's called the voices you can trust. Because then Charlie said that's not one of the voices you can trust.
Maybe.
Oh,
Probably.
you're so smart, Charlie.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were all getting head messages. You all killed yourself.
Yeah.
Man, this was the first time that we fought.
Yeah, Terror the Nightmare is our first player against player battle.
It's also the time that Charlie got back at me for saying, ow, that edge, back in fucking, like, winter. Because I said to you once, maybe we did it in summer, I don't remember. I think I said, you said something relatively edgy, and I went, ow. Oh, it was when you put on your fucking all-red armor or whatever, and I went, ow, the edge. And then this session, I was like, I said something, which, to be fair, it was pretty edgy. I don't remember what it was, but it was pretty edgy. It was something about how I didn't know what I was doing with my life or something, and you went, ow, the edge.
It was something about you being a god and having no control.
Yeah, it was, I didn't ask to be alive.
Oh yeah, that was
That's a powerful line in any other form of media, but in D&D Season Quest, it's cringe, apparently, and edgy.
I think the only reason it's cringe is because you literally made the character.
I'm playing the character, Lucy. It's called roleplay. What do you think we're playing? Dungeons and real life?
Nice.
Got her.
Real life and dragons?
Anyway, and we also apparently aren't good at following simple instructions.
Yep, because to defeat Terra, all you had to do, the only note I took for that whole session, in fact, is follow the orders from the unicorn.
To be fair, I tried, but I continuously failed.
That's true.
I don't listen to orders from no horse.
One of you was told to run away, one of
Yes.
you was told to walk, one of you was told to hide.
No, it was fight, run,
Stop.
stop.
Yeah.
And I died, you revived me, and when I died, Troy was like to me, remember what I told you to do? And I went, hey, Aurelia, I just have to do this real quick. And you were like, no. And I went, Bedagado? And then I won.
Mm-hmm.
I popped out of existence. And that was when I leveled up to level 23.
That's not true.
It was great that this was my first horse time, because it really set me up for autumn.
Imagine if we had fought if I had been a higher level and we'd fought proper. Because I was only level 5 at this point, so I didn't have the best spells. I think I had Crown of Madness.
Yeah.
And I had Maximilian's Erling Grasp, and both of those failed. I used Crown of Madness on the horse.
You did.
And
It was
attack
fucked up.
you. It was fucking sick, dude.
Season Quest has a bad history with horses.
It
We
does.
just abuse animals constantly.
I personally don't have a I have bad things happen to my horses, but I've never hurt a horse.
Yet.
Disagree. That was a fun fight. I'm kind of gutted that I did so badly, though. I don't know how I missed so much.
I think I had to boost some health or weaken some attacks. There was a
Well,
bit of
my
DM.
Fudgery.
Fudgery.
At this point, my AC was 9.
Yeah.
So
Wild. What did your AC get up to? 10?
10.
Hero.
So I would anything hit me. You could roll. I think genuinely you could have rolled anything but a nat 1 and it would have hit me.
Yeah.
Aurelia.
I had
It's
by
different.
16 I had +9
Yeah.
Okay.
to my hits. So I could, yeah, even with a nat 1.
Well, nat 1s always fail, so
And what was
Not
after
in rules as written.
Terror the Nightmare?
shut up.
After Terror the Nightmare, it was bugs.
Oh, that's when Khonsu was like, "I'm afraid of bugs," and then you put bugs in my arm.
Who can name the disciple?
Buggy the Bugman.
I wish it was Buggy the
bugs.
Bugman.
I don't know. I couldn't name any of them except for Terror and Half.
I've got a cheat sheet in front of me. I can't even tell. Is it lymph?
No, it was
No,
Mistral.
Lymph's
Oh, that's right.
an
That's right, because I wrote sleepy underneath it.
Yeah.
Because we put them to sleep, and then they died anyways.
One of you, I believe it was Charlie, destroyed it. It might have been you. one of you went up to space. It must have been you.
I think because I think I remember being like, yeah, kill that one too.
Yeah.
I was trying to save some
Yeah.
of them. I hid
Oh,
some bees
That
in
was
like
when
my
you went
bag
to
or
the moon
something.
and you saw falsity, which is the name of the god, by the way, that I had in my head.
Oh yeah.
That's when you saw falsity and you went, I want you to kill 2 of them and also give me power.
Yeah.
I love that you went into a negotiation with a god.
I mean,
It was an opportunity for a business transaction.
negotiation with a god. If I remember correctly,
The sequel to Interview
you were
with a
trying
Vampire.
to tell a secret to part of a hive mind, or one of you two were trying to tell a secret to part of the hive mind.
Yeah, that might have been me.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I was telling a secret. I just know I was hiding bees in my bag.
I know for a fact I pulled them over and was like, hey, I'm gonna have to kill
You were.
you guys.
You were
And then-
blatantly honest.
And then you were like, and your head starts glowing and everyone was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And we all ducked. Except for me, obviously.
You did get given some. What was it in your notes? 3
Arm
bug
bugs.
arm.
3 arm bug. And I popped them and they gave me knowledge.
Yeah, they showed
Once
you
pop,
the
you can't
direction.
stop.
And I did not use them at all. I used one and you gave me knowledge that didn't help.
No, yeah.
You cunt.
It's a bee.
It
up.
was the
It was a
Mistral
hornet,
episode that
actually?
you went up against tree lobsters by the look of my notes here.
Yeah, they were the trees that were like making a path for us.
Yeah.
Because I remember that's how we got to Mistral.
And you were blocked in there for a while.
Yeah, that was a cool little moment where we got to, because that was just after we fought Mistral. That was when we all got on the same side.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, let's kill a god.
I think
And you were like, roll a religion check to keep it a secret.
my favorite like interaction with magic, or like interaction with kind of like the fantasy of your world, was the trees moving for us. I think that was one of the most like, oh, we are like not important to this world, but we are like really weird in this world.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I really liked that.
You did make an agreement to start killing off the gods together.
Yeah.
I believe you started venturing back towards Hearth.
I think that was the
we
plan,
went back to
but I
Coolland.
don't. Yeah, something like that.
Because we went to, and we picked up the halflings or something.
Oh, I didn't want to go back to. Did you say half or half?
Sorry, I meant Coolland. And
Okay.
then Hearth's mountain
Okay,
volcano.
Because we went to Coolland. I don't remember. I think we met the humans at Coolland. And also you made a mud guy.
Mud boy.
And then it
And
didn't
everyone
come to
thought it
life.
was weird.
And then it didn't come to
Didn't
life.
come to life.
And I made a big fire or something.
Yeah, the big magical fire.
And then my mud guy got like stuck. He went like it was like I had put him in a
It
kennel.
tried and cracked.
It was really sad. From memory, I could be wrong. I didn't cope well with a lot of summer.
That's true.
That was also when Charlie pulled over everyone and was like, hey humans, I just made this deal with the other ones, but you must be on my side. And we were like, oh, for fuck's sake, you were good.
That was a common theme. I think around this point you might have started using your staff as well to start controlling
Well,
foes and friends.
Yeah, we were getting Rod of Rulership the whole time. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, when we like
fucking prick.
before we started recording the season, Troy was like, have a look at some magic items, think about anything that you think your character would like enjoy having. And I was flipping through them, and I was fine with the one I got. I didn't think of anything like particularly clever. What was my magic item again?
Magic wand or whatever. Just shot off random.
Oh yeah, I had the one. I was like, this will be fun. Like, it doesn't feel Aurelia specific, but this will be fun. And then I found the Rod of Rulership, and I was genuinely tossing up whether to tell Charlie it was there or not, because I was like, this is gonna fuck me over, but I think Charlie should know, because Charlie, you were really dead set on like something that would have been like fine, but it wasn't the Rod of Rulership.
Yeah, it was something like specific to the build, but not specific to the character.
Yeah,
I took the
I think it was
Horn of
like
Valhalla.
a strong sword or something.
Yeah.
I took the Horn of Valhalla, which
That was
I didn't
cool.
use. I didn't get to use it because it broke on when you used it, but I used it in the final fight.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
And then we had the Phoenix Feather Fables.
Oh, this was the episode where I let all of you know during it that you could come up with your own mythology of what you were before you
Oh
emerged
yeah.
as a human.
So we all had kind of a base idea of our backstories.
And very different ones. Like, I had communicated with each of you individually, being like, have a think about it. And you guys didn't tell each other before then what your origin stories were.
So
And
Silly
This
crab.
was the silly crab reveal.
that was the biggest plot twist of summer.
My favorite part.
Silly crab.
Troy was talking to Charlie and being like, should we do the reveal now? And you were like, it's just a name, like it's fine. And then I looked at your name and I was scanning it to try and figure out what it was. And just before you said, yeah, I was a crab, I cracked it and I was like, no, you said I was a crab, no.
I never figured it out. It was great because I think we went in a very weird. It was like me or Tom went first, and then like me or Tom went second, and then Charlie was just like crab.
Yeah, because both mine and Lucy's things were like,
What was yours?
Mine was that I was a servant of my god as like a spirit, and then I was sent down to become the first human and take over the world and become like spread word of falsity or become like falsity's like idol of that world. And then I decided that fuck falsity, I'm gonna become god.
Mine was that I didn't exist until I needed to because I was there to like protect and be like a savior for people. So like when I started existing, I knew that was exactly my purpose, and I started existing exactly when I needed to.
Wow, those were both really epic and cool.
That's what you said in the episode.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a reference there, Thomas.
Sorry, you can cut that out, Lucy. Charlie's mad at me now.
That was cooked.
It was so good.
Because I remember you saying something like you had like the crab key and you're all in red, and I think you made a joke being like, "Oh, I look a bit like a crab," and I didn't think anything of it, and I don't know why.
Because the crab key was only drawn; it wasn't described as a crab key. We just saw a picture of a key, and
You
it had
called it the crab
legs.
key, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
One of you two might have made a comment about it
Yeah.
looking like a crab.
It was weird.
a typical blue crab lives about 3 years. How old was Yllis?
Oh my god, it's fine, it's
70.
fine, it's fine. He was a red crab. Look up red crab.
That's true.
Yeah, because also me and Tom got new phones like towards the start of summer, and we got identical phones. And because we kept taking each other's phone, and by that I mean Tom kept taking my phone, we painted our cases, and mine's like yellow with like pink flowers on it, and Tom put a big crab on his, and then Charlie was just like, "That's a really, really cool phone case." Like you got quite in depth into your compliment, but you waited until we were on mic.
I think I literally said at one point, that's a silly crab.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, you got real. You got
How
real.
And then I gave Troy a wink.
How long does
Which
a
is
red crab live for? What kind of crab were you specifically? Just a red crab? Red king crab?
Yeah.
3 to 4 weeks. 20 to 30 years.
oh easy.
There you go. And the other thing about crabs is that it works out evolutionarily because evolution keeps making crabs.
Crab cycle.
Crab cycle.
Yeah.
So the next episode.
Hang on, with the phoenix, that was also where I
My
believe
soul disappeared.
you tried to kill the phoenix, but it fell into the volcano and wasn't really dead. And Tom, yeah, you
My
had
soul disappeared.
your soul got ripped out of your body.
What happened?
Oh,
Did I roll like
yeah.
a nat 1 on a religion check or something? I don't even remember.
Yeah, something you
I fucked up.
collapsed.
Level
and
9, body out of control.
And
is
that's
what
when
I've got
you
written
gave
here.
me 5 more levels on everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And doubled my damage.
Oh yeah.
you went and did something weird, and then me and Charlie just went on our own little adventure.
And you found me.
We
And I
found you.
found you.
That's
On a
also
rock.
when you had Lovely Horse.
That was when I had Lovely Horse.
You
I got a
rode-
horse.
Because
You-
you got the fine steed spell, right?
Yeah, and I found Lovely.
Yep, you rode down the side of the mountain off to find the body of the.
Body of Christ.
You guys had the body of Khonsu
Yeah.
on the
What's up?
horse.
I think this is one of the first times. No, actually, no. The very first time was in winter when I played, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm Bongo." Was when I was coming up with an alias. I'm really bad at coming up with names for things, especially on the spot. Like I'm decent for season quests because I have a good think about it. I come up with a silly title.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that like I come up with all of them. I come up with maybe half of them. But like, what do you want to call your horse? Lovely horse. And then I was like, don't worry, I'll think of something better. And then I never did.
Nope. What is the name of that next episode?
Sphere the Sphere.
Ah, yes.
Wow, my best play in D&D history.
My favourite mechanic
My-
that we encountered in summer.
Favorite knowledge is that Tom was unable to say spear or sphere correctly for the correct item whatsoever.
You tricked me. I just did a. That was the first time because I've never really played like I said I've never played a magic user really like a proper magic user. I played a lot of like hybrid magic users before Khonsu. So when I played Khonsu, and I could take like I took the spell animate objects, and then we were in a ball, and I was like, is it like malleable? Because then I could control it, and it was fucking sick.
Because you guys-
yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said it like that. It was very cool.
Lucy and Charlie, you were both going through a labyrinth. You were crawling on all fours. I think you tried to get your horse to crawl at one point. Beforehand, you fought the body of Khonsu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just sitting at the table waiting for my turn to be able to play because we didn't get, I didn't do anything until I turned into the ball. I might have fought as Khonsu.
I don't think you did.
No.
You fought as Khonsu's body, like,
When I wasn't a soul.
yeah, when your soul wasn't in the body and they had to fight it before they entered the labyrinth. I think your
Oh
knife...
yeah, because I threw my knives
Yeah.
and then they both just fucking murked me. Because I had like 4 HP.
When did you guys get your gems
After this.
Later.
after this?
It was because it was when you went into the space, the gems were all around, and you two grabbed them.
Yeah.
And gave me mine, and then we teleported into the null zone,
That's right.
and we found all of the disciples and balls.
All of the ones that had already been killed once, all of the disciples
And we
you'd
killed
killed.
them again.
We came back to finish the job.
That was a great like
Montage.
because we were talking about it, so we could do it as full battles, but I was like, I
That's
really
so
don't want
long.
to. I don't want to even a little bit. Like having us all roll, and then whoever got the highest got to kill them.
Mm-hmm. And
was
whoever
really
got the
fun.
lowest took damage.
Took damage, yeah. That
The
was
times that we tie was sick because it was like shit. Like I mage hand your sword over to you or something. Like,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
very cool.
that was so much fun.
Because that was a...
And we all got to say our cool lines that we'd planned.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
that, like we as a joke in like the group chat was writing like one-liners.
Pick a god and pray.
That montage was one of my favourite, like, off the cuff, we need to speed this up, how can we do it?
That was a really fun one.
mechanisms.
I forgot we did that.
Look
And
at us being professional.
Brad Zimmerman then took that montage method and used it in his Fate of Eyes and live shows for Fringe.
Nice.
Look at you, Brad, copying us again.
What the fuck,
You
Brad?
fucking prick.
I'll happily
I
come
guess
back
Brad doesn't want to go to the beach.
anytime, Brad.
Hey, Brad, I know you want me for the next Fate of Eisen show, and listen, maybe.
Anyway, so that was Sphere the Sphere, and then episode 11, Shoot a Little Maths Nerd.
At the end of episode 10, obviously, end of that big montage battle, we did actually see Margaret, the halfling who was Pouch's grandmother.
Fucked her up, girl.
Oh,
What was your line? What did you say?
I don't know. I think I was just like, I talked about her age, and I was like, time to die, bitch, or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
You were really mean.
It was brutal. I had to go home and be like, hey, Jules, you know your grandmother character that you really loved? Charlie brutally murdered them.
Yeah, if
And
it,
Jules was like, but they were already dead. And I'm like, no, yeah, Charlie killed them again.
I wasn't finished.
didn't you just say you're old and going to die of old age, and then we left? That's what happened, right?
Yeah,
Something
you
like
tried
that.
to convince
You just
her
said
that
you're
she
going
was
to
gonna
die.
of old age, and I think you killed her.
I think
Or
she
did
just.
you leave?
I'm pretty sure we just left, and then she died of old age. Troy was like, and then you get the power. I think
I'm
that's
pretty sure
No,
you
I think
brutally
you
destroyed
said
her.
you're gonna die of old age, and you put your hand on her forehead and cast something.
Yeah, you like blasted her across the room.
Check the receipts.
Let's check the receipts.
Let's hear
I
it.
think I'm right.
It was Epi 10.
Yeah.
We're gonna crush Yllis. Yllis is gonna implode.
What the fuck, Lucy?
And try to explode the sphere.
He's gonna pop the balloon.
Oh yeah, this is really getting you out of the sphere.
Okay.
It is the siren.
You mean? Have you seen my grandchild?
Buckets.
Fox, remember when you killed her?
I just predicted her death.
I wasn't expecting this.
That's hard. What are you doing?
Just did a cheat sheet, looked at the thing.
We're rolling, right?
Classic.
Sure. We're attacking.
Do you want to talk first?
Nope. 19. 5.
I was ready for it.
19!
Yeah, you guys, since you both shared the win earlier, both take 5 damage. From the blast of the sphere shattering, I'm going to say, you guys
God,
took
I love
5
playing
damage
Yllis.
in the knockback. And Yllis,
I love playing Khonsu.
I walk up to her. I guess I kind of float over to her. It's tough, isn't it?
what do you mean? Have you seen my grandson, Pocket?
Being this old. Forgetting. Not remembering even the most treasured memories.
I
of
think
your
you were like
life.
holding me at this
What are you
point.
talking
Yeah.
about?
Shh. I reach over and I shut her eyes. Rest now. Cha-ching. That's the sound of me getting
I forgot about the
Who could have predicted the nickel?
It's funny as fuck.
And how do you...
I let her die of old age.
I told
No,
you!
no, no, no!
We wait 5 years. As I close her eyes, a spark begins in my hand, and I cast Witch Bolt through her head.
Well, let's just say
Everyone
this.
was right.
Explodes as Margaret dies.
Let's just say this.
I blasted her in the fucking face.
Let's just say this. You were gonna let her die of old age, and Troy made you kill her.
You saying cha-ching, I get another nickel. I forgot about that. You just fucking collecting nickels.
And of course,
That was my really cool badass catchphrase.
So
What did-
funny.
when we did a team up kill, and I said something like, "Here, Yllis, have a nickel," or something like that.
Yeah.
That was so dumb. That's the best shit ever.
the sphere world was like a limbo of sorts, and of course, you guys sucked up all the spirits and energy of the
And we
other
all
elementals.
we all had the elemental symbol on our head. I had a teardrop, which was the blue one,
You had the red one, Charlie. You had the fire one.
and you had the yellow one.
I had the yellow
Colour
or the
of
green
piss.
one.
I think you had both on you.
I had
Oh,
one
you
on
had
my
the gr-
pocket and I had one on my
You
forehead.
had the green one on you, I think. No,
I don't know. I don't have it written down.
I don't remember.
Ba-ba-boo.
I think you took the one that had the most dead
sorry.
people.
Yeah, green was yours, Aurelia,
Yeah,
and
'cause
you had the yellow one
Because
on you.
yellow blew up the halfling.
Oh my goodness, we fucking kill people with that. So yeah, then we had the next episode.
Good question from Ryan.
We just got a question live.
Why aren't there any C's in Quest? That is followed by who can do the best Winnie the Pooh impression?
Oh bother.
Not Lucy.
You
I
do
don't-
better.
I don't think I could.
Let me just listen.
bother.
Let me just
Oh,
listen.
mine's way fucking better. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I would actually say that
Oh,
Lucy's was better than yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine's no good.
I didn't say I could. I just said Lucy couldn't.
I'm sure.
I
let
can.
me
I
just-
did.
Let me just listen to Winnie the Pooh.
Cha-ching. I get another fucking nickel.
Wait,
I get it this time.
go again. Oh, bother.
Oh bother.
Charlie?
The fuck up.
I want to listen.
The breeze.
There he is.
Let me guess.
Think. No. Oh, bother.
That was better.
Oh,
Was it
bother.
good?
Oh,
bother.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know why I talk like this for him.
Alright,
doing
well, you
Eeyore.
lost it.
Pardon?
You're doing Eeyore.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Guess
Whoa.
I won't come to Season Quest. Not that it matters. They'd rather record without me anyway.
Your shirt's Eeyore colours.
Thank you.
And your t-shirt's like purple. You got the Eeyore colour scheme, my guy.
Got the
Not
Eeyore
the
fit.
bees.
Check out my bum.
Oh, bother. Anything but the bees.
My favourite Lord of the Rings character. Right.
I don't think any of us can do a Winnie the Pooh impression, Ryan. Here's a better impression for you. Here's my impression of Yoshi. Here's my impression of Toad.
That wasn't. You do a good Yoshi. That
Yeah.
wasn't good.
Yeah, I don't know. Rick.
What happened?
Do you want to have another go? Here's a good impression for you. That was R2-D2 falling off a cliff in Lego Star Wars.
Wario time.
I think that Winnie the Pooh is an impression that you can't just try to do raw. You actually
Yeah,
do have to practice it first. And that's what we all discovered here today. Thank you, Ryan.
No,
Yeah, you can't go into it open pussy.
I forgot about that.
No raw poo in an open pussy. Right. So the next episode of Season Quest was called
Shitty little math nerd.
Yeah You Are.
That was
Well,
funny.
That's the title that gives us the...
Well, what was next episode about, you fucking nerd?
Well, that was the title that gave us the least context as to what happened in the episode, obviously.
I mean, there's one thing we know that happened. Bullying.
That was when we fell in the hole and we fought the dragon, right?
Who called you a shitty little math nerd?
Me.
Surely, Tom.
It's,
You went to point at Charlie.
No,
no,
she
I
went to
pointed
point
at Troy
Troy.
and then I pointed at you. I think everyone but you, Charlie.
I said, because what I said was that you would be good at maths because you're a shitty little maths nerd.
Facts.
Thanks.
I think at this point we can just sort of take that supporting women
No,
stick
no,
around.
no! I support women's refuge, not women in general.
Thanks, Tom.
I'm not sure if it was that episode or not, but you fought some Mericats, which were miracle cats, I think.
Miracle Whip.
They could fly.
And of course, you guys all had your humans and halflings, and you were all doing a whole bunch of...
And we fought a dragon and
Stuff.
Charlie had a tantrum. Oh, we forgot about this one.
What was Charlie's tantrum again?
Do you remember? He tried to...
Everyone had their power-ups and I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd just gotten 5 level up and
Yeah.
my damage doubled, and you'd just gotten your damage doubled, and Lucy also got her damage doubled and got leveled up
Yeah.
twice, and you were just like...
And I was drunk and pissy.
and then you tried
You
to do it,
hadn't killed your last god yet.
Yeah.
and we were doing our... there was the dragon. And
he had two. He still had Pyre and Embros,
Yeah.
who hadn't been
Yeah.
killed.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
didn't
why-
even cross off Pyre. That's,
That's
how late
why I
we killed
took
Pyre.
the green one, because they were all dead.
Yeah.
Because Embros was the dragon who came at us, the black dragon, and you tried to do a
That's-
play.
Oh,
Embros
yeah.
is the Minotaur's.
Oh, sorry,
Zephyra.
Zephyra. But that was, yeah, so you struck down your fucking stick,
Yeah.
tried to rod of rulership all of us. It
Yeah.
failed. Lucy laughed at you, and you went, I'm trying to do a cool move!
I was, in my mind, I was like, this is going to be cool. I'm going to help the party with this one. We're just going
Yeah.
to take a long rest. And then it didn't work. And then I got laughed at and I got pissed.
Got so mad. I
I want to apologise for laughing at you.
Yeah.
we've said this before, but it's a tantrum every season. And it's been you
A couple times.
a couple
It's,
times.
it's always your Tom.
Yeah.
Me and Troy are good.
I don't know. I just took a tantrum and left for 3 or 4 episodes of season.
Good
You,
point.
no one will hear it in Heist, but I had a massive tanty in Heist. I had a big tanty. I was
was it
fucking
about?
pissed off because I tried to cast the spell Suggestion or Command, one of those two, and then you and Mackay both were like, but it's not logical for him to do it. It's like, but it literally, and I was trying to speak and you wouldn't let me speak, so I started to get really fucking angry. I was yelling, and then afterwards Charlie was like to me, yeah, I was on your side, but I was out of it. I didn't want to get involved.
It does look like on my bit of paper that I boosted Zephyra's health like multiple times here as well and added on.
That's because I, at this point, had spells like Finger of Death
Yeah.
and Sunburst and Cone of Cold, and so I was just and I could fly as well.
Who was doing Bane? Because
Me.
it really was the bane of all of my
I had Bane.
existences.
I had Bane.
I've just got it on every single character you guys fought. Bane.
That's
And
'cause it was
crossed off and then Bane again.
one of the only spells I took.
Yeah, so that was when we fucking popped a halfling.
Yep.
That was when we popped a halfling when we got to Embrus.
Right.
Yeah, then.
No, that wasn't when we fought the dragon.
11, you guys fought the dragon and then went straight to Embros.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we fell
yeah.
through the hole after the earthquake, and I failed my spell, and then I went blind for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
that
I
was
hit
fucked
my
up.
head really hard, and I decided that I went blind, and no one else said I had to be, but I was blind.
Yep.
I was just then trying to remember what happened, and in my head I was like, yeah, there was this, and we went down into the cave further, and we had to do like trivia. Nope, that's from my episode with you on your Pick a Path podcast.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Cyan has a question.
Okay.
If your character could compete in any Olympic sport, what would it be?
I have another question
I
here.
don't. We
from-
haven't answered the question yet.
I'm sorry.
I think Aurelia would do like athletics, sort of like all the throwing shit in that
Like shot put.
shot put, javelin, maybe. No, she wouldn't do long jump.
Were you dexterous?
No.
Somewhat.
Because I've got that sports climbing now, you know, the like parkour, wall climbing.
Is esports in the Olympics yet? Because that's probably what Khonsu would be good at.
There's manipulation lying in there because Yllis and Khonsu are both great.
I think, as a collective, what would our team sport be?
Synchronized swimming.
No.
I was thinking synchronized swimming, and I was just like, no, not a little bit, not even a little.
Masturbating two big guys.
curling.
Yeah,
Curling.
curling.
I was gonna say shuffling for some reason.
Yeah, we all just...
Sorry.
That's winter though. That's winter sport.
Oh,
That's
true.
fine.
We can't do it. This is the Summer Olympics.
Oh yeah.
All right. So for the Summer for my summer character Khonsu, I feel like I don't know what sport he's good at because he's pretty bad at anything physical. So let's say magic or something.
Oh, I would say speed walking.
Killing gods.
Banishment.
Is that an
Fencing.
Olympic sport?
Speed walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not good at fencing.
know.
He doesn't have any weapons.
Good point.
Let's say he was pretty good at lighting the Olympic torch.
Nice.
Yllis would you go.
I already did.
Oh, you did yours.
I'm omniscient, so I...
Khonsu would do religion.
Yeah.
And then afterwards we can do the Winter Olympics. I think 𝘚𝘌𝘚 would probably do deadlifting.
Bungo would do gymnastics.
Actually, Khonsu would probably be pretty good at gymnastics, maybe.
Oh my goodness, Bungo and Khonsu can be gymnastic buddies.
Yeah.
What sport do you clench in? Because that's what Margot's doing.
Yllis would be on the soccer team.
He'd be coaching it.
Yeah.
This would be a mean coach.
The other question I have here
Probably
is...
didn't ask about the Winter Olympics, which is for like normal Olympic sport for the winter characters. Skiing?
building snowmen. Only if it's Bungo and Margot, though, beating the father-son duo.
Can Aurelia build snowmen with them?
Maybe. I do have a question about autumn.
Mm-hmm.
Will Boto Friday get their own spin-off show?
Who's Boto Friday?
Yeah, who the fuck is
Fucked it up.
Boto?
Will Bowtie Friday get their own spin-off show? I mean, no, unless...
No, but we should.
𝘚𝘌𝘚 is getting
The
his own
battle.
spin-off show. It's called The Prequels.
Who asked that?
Ryan.
Cheers.
It's called
Thanks
the
for letting me be the favourite, Ryan.
It's
Yeah.
getting we're calling the 𝘚𝘌𝘚 prequel the Prequel,
Cool.
like instead of sequel,
Yeah.
and it's about before 𝘚𝘌𝘚 and Bungo became friends.
Oh, before?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't register how you said that. Oh.
Lucy looked at you like that was really sweet and she couldn't wait to be involved. And
Well, Lucy
then
wants to be a
realised no.
Viking.
I'm very excited to announce the Yllis prequel show where I am a crab eating seaweed.
And Lucy and I aren't in it.
Yeah.
Love.
It's just Troy going, see some seaweed, and you go, I eat it.
Is it good?
Yep.
End of episode.
Constitution
End
check.
of episode. So you guys ended up
Yeah, you're still fine. It's seaweed.
in
tasty
the...
seaweed.
You ended up in the...
Can you start a Yllis Barc as a crab Twitter where you just go, that was good seaweed. Or, that was a very good
I had some
seaweed.
good seaweed today.
Team tip, that was good seaweed.
Welcome back to Yllis at night.
Is that crab noise?
Yeah.
Cool.
Have you ever heard of crab before?
No.
You guys ended up in the Zembra Caves.
Big
Yes.
meaty claws.
There was pits. There was halflings and humans and
Minotaurs.
gems being thrown in. And
I made a
people
minotaur
dying.
carry me.
You did.
I rolled a really good persuasion check and just jumped on a minotaur's back, and you were like, okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty weird.
This was the... Guys, we need to end this quest somehow. Let's just do some shit.
You gave us a way to level ourselves up, and I wanted to keep it
Oh,
going and keep
yeah.
exploding halflings.
Dude, when we killed Baggy or whatever, and they died, and then
I only saw stat ups in my eye. It was like dollar signs showed up.
my favorite.
Boy was getting nickels.
I think this is my favorite season quest moment. Period. Thinking about it, I loved this moment when the Minotaur was like, "You go and grab the gem," and we're like, "No, you grab it, you pussy. You're the one who's saying you're strong. You go grab the gem and prove that you're not weak."
And then it killed him?
Yeah, it fucking murdered him because only humans could hold it.
Yeah, that was
so funny.
That was so fucked up because we threw it into the pit and we were all hoping a different person would get it.
Mm-hmm.
And
You all rolled 4 different humans, I believe.
Yeah.
And Serena got it.
Right.
Quiz.
Season questions. Name the 4 elements. They're all 3-letter sounds.
Sin car feto.
You have it in front of you. You have it in front of you.
Damn it.
You didn't say we couldn't bring cheat sheets.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
This is an open book test.
Yeah.
You guys should have brought your notes.
I don't have
Mine
a
says
cheat
notes.
Damn it.
Khonsu-Mer's notes.
Well,
Well, if we have a note saying the player name is Lucy, then I'll get a point for that.
Ask another question.
that was 4 of them, and I was then going to ask you what each of the elements were, but I can see the images on your
Fire,
notes.
grass, water. No, air.
I mean, they're the same elements as everything.
No, but I think you wanted the connection to which name it was.
Boron, oxygen.
Hydrogen, nitrogen.
Ghost type.
Have I told you my 25 blimp thing? There are 25 blimps. Anyway.
But there's only 21 pilots.
25 blimps in the air.
4 blimps on auto.
I think Charlie and I genuinely became better friends when we both had the same idea of how we'd destroy all the blimps.
What was it?
Throw a
Blimp parade, like
celebration.
convention, yeah.
party. Get all the blimps in one spot. Bomb the blimps.
Big blow darts. We had different ways of killing them.
I said
Then
I
we
use
had
a
the same
staple
original
gun.
plan.
But then I had another idea that I think would work too, is tell crazy right-wing conspiracists that blimps are like 5G spreading or something like that, and they'll do the work for us.
I'm going to start a YouTube channel that's just Blimple Poppers.
Blimpy boys. I would use a staple gun.
Yuck.
Yeah, that was gross.
This is when we did our point where we convinced a guy that he was invincible, so he would go suicide bomb, and then his wife came along.
Oh yeah, he went off to kill Pyre.
We like to pretend that Autumn had like a bunch of fucked up moments, but we also like to ignore the fact that every other season has had at least one tree moment.
Yeah.
And they don't get cut out anymore.
We're not good people.
No.
Okay, well, you
Yeah.
specifically agreed that you weren't good people for Summer. Like, halfway through, you were like, yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're villains. Not villains, but we're doing this for our own benefits.
We are villainy.
See, that's what, like...
I was
Aurelia's,
lawful
like,
neutral.
I was lawful good. Aurelia's, like, sneaky
I was
thing...
honest with myself.
Lawful
Aurelia's,
evil.
like, sneaky thing was she was, like,
Wasn't
a
that the
huge
point? Didn't we all pick
narcissist
lawful?
and was gonna, like, do whatever it took to be great. And then this was, like... I was just like, yeah, sure, this will be the path I take. You're getting a phone call, Tom.
Oh, Mum, I can't speak right now.
You can answer it.
The second mum on the podcast.
Mom on the podcast.
Seasoned guest.
Hi, Mum.
Wait, guys.
I'll put you on loudspeaker, Mum.
Love to you all.
Hi, Mom.
Bye.
Bye. Wonderful.
She
We
heard
love
my
season
voice
guests.
and panicked and left.
I mean, that's valid. I do that every day of the week.
I wish I could do that, but I'm stuck with me.
Well, a
Yeah.
summer shout out to Tom's mum.
Daisy said, which character would win the Hunger Games?
Aurelia.
Ooh.
It would be Khonsu.
Yeah, Khonsu's a level 18 sorcerer.
Okay,
Who knows
right now,
which?
yeah.
He would just sit there and go, I wish I win the Hunger Games.
I'm basing it on the fact that you're a kid.
True.
Good
You
point.
guys wouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
You'd be the snow guy and you'd be just a normal person.
Depending when this comes out, you can find out more about how our season quest characters would do in a Hunger Games style arena with the Battle Royale.
Yeah, we're not sure exactly what we're going to do for that one, but we're
Yeah,
going to
mine.
fight each other to the death. And the next episode was the human invasion season finale.
I finally got to call it the human invasion, which is like what I'd referred to this whole era, Infinity, like
That was the arc.
all along.
Yeah,
The human invasion was what it was, and we got to do it. You guys invaded.
I got to fight the moon.
I was
I
kind of
also got
thinking
to fight the
invading Infinity, but of course you invaded the moon with an army of Minotaurs in boats that I definitely did not describe how you flew your boats to the moon, but it was irrelevant.
They're boats.
Yeah, they're boats.
Yeah, you met a boat.
You sail it to the moon, obviously.
I was so happy to fight the moon. And a dog.
Yeah, Tibber was a dog god
Infinity?
spirit. Falsity?
Falsity?
Falsity was a dog god spirit, and you guys
I
did go up and
Sounds like
fight
you're saying like
Doggone.
doggone, yeah.
In the final thing, I kept calling Falsity Finity and you kept getting mad at me.
I was
To be
angry.
fair, same name.
Tibber, fair. That's the other moon.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
And then we killed Falsity with my power.
Yeah, and you all had gems that were doing magical power stuff. So
You got your
boosted
power up when
Fine.
we looked down at the earth and saw a boat crash land into a volcano and
Like
murder
right
a
before the
phoenix.
fight, yeah.
You sent a boat nuke.
Unfortunately,
And
2 people died.
You
What a
know-
great idea that was.
yeah.
No.
What levels did you guys end up on? During
You were
that
the one
battle?
who it was your idea in the first place.
I think it was a joke though.
Still your idea. 18.
Was it?
I was
It was
level
my
18.
idea.
I was level 18.
Yikes.
Should make Lucy feel bad.
Supporting women. Like, can I have the sticker now?
No, it's about women's refuge.
Yeah.
Have you yo-yoed in the same space as your girlfriend giving money to women's refuge? That's what I thought.
You guys all got real powerful. You all really killed the god. You all really
think-
got to live out your epilogues.
I think I think I was level 16 or level 17, and then when we killed the dog, I leveled up to level 18 and learnt the wish spell. And we were talking. There were lots of points where I pulled Troy aside in the final session to be like, "This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking." When I finally got to level 18 and got wish, I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this. Do you think that's okay? Like, does that stamp on anyone else's story ideas?" And Troy told me everyone else's story plan, which was just Charlie's story plan.
Yeah, I was happy to do whatever. I ended up at level 16 by the end.
I don't have my sheet.
You were level 16.
You would
you'd
have been the same.
We were talking about it, remember? Because that's for Battle Royale.
Right.
And then that was some. Oh, how do we all feel with our very ends?
Yeah, how do you feel about your epilogues?
I liked my ending. I liked the owl head, or whatever I gave myself.
Yeah.
It was an owl head, right?
I think so.
Something
I get
bird.
Egyptian iconography.
I get owl vibes from Khonsu.
I returned to crab, and it was very nice.
And I became like a queen, and I was
God Queen.
yeah, like God Queen. I was doing like a lot of rulership, and I was going to explore the rest of the world.
Obviously, all three of you ended up being quite godlike, becoming part of like a mysterious magical elder council for the world.
Well, my character's plan at the end of summer, when we were doing our epilogue, the last thing I said was that I was going to start a god council.
And all the disciples were brought back into the world. Magic was spread back through the land, I believe.
I wanted to return things to the way they were, except we got exactly what we wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of a big wish when you think about it.
Big wish.
Big wish energy.
Season finale, we're allowed it.
Thank God Troy lets us do whatever we want.
Season Quest is the wish version of podcasts.
Yeah, you know that show 𝙎𝙚𝙖𝙨? That's Amazon. Brad Zimmerman is Jeff Bezos.
The website wish.
Yeah.
I wish our podcast was good.
Just
Ow.
Suddenly, Tom leaves the podcast and we all
The
go
monkey's
viral.
paw curls.
does anyone have a final thing?
I have a question. If you could voice one character from Summer, who would it be and why?
Yllis.
No, like an NPC.
Oh.
We do this question every time, and every time you're surprised.
I don't listen.
No, me neither.
I don't know.
I really wish that I could be Dilviar Crocodilian. I would give you
I
all
hate
magic,
it.
so
I
I would be
hate it
some sort of
so much.
shaman.
I mean,
What did Baronold sound like?
I'm Baronold.
Yeah, wasn't he a pirate?
It's not like gruff.
No, he's Scottish. I'm Baronold. It was a really bad Scottish
Was that
accent.
Duggan?
I'm Baronold, and I'd like to be a bear.
I would go with the halflings and do a different voice each time. And like it would always do your voice for any of the halflings at any point.
Oh, I'm halfling.
No, that wasn't any of
No,
them. They
it
were
wasn't.
like,
I'm a halfling, something like this, like something
Yeah.
stupid, and I would love it. I would hate it.
So yeah, it was summer. It was my first season, my first DMing.
Good
I
on.
can't wait to DM again during Anthology. It will be Poke Boys. If it's already out, go and listen to it. If it isn't out, don't listen to it yet, but
But
subscribe so that you do hear it.
probably will be out.
Yeah, probably, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
probably gonna cut this out.
Maybe.
Cut Summer out.
And yeah, that's been the summer Q&A. I was Lucy, and I used to play Aurelia Atlas.
Oh, sorry.
One of you fuckers go!
I can go first.
No.
No.
Allow me.
No, listen. I went before you in the intro. You went last in the.
I was Charlie at one point in my life, and I played Yllis Barc, one of my favorite voices.
And I was Tom.
Crab.
I'm Tom. I did play at one point Khonsu-Mer, and his voice was just Oliver's, but a little bit higher pitched, maybe.
And
Oliver?
I was Troy J. Malcolm, the DM and writer of the summer campaign.
The Dick Man.
Yeah, and you've been listening to Season Questions and Answers 3.
That's gonna stay in because he was doing the outro.
Check out Season Quest Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for good luck and wishes.
I think the biggest thing that's ever gotten cut out of Season Quest, the funniest joke that ever got cut out of Season Quest was when I was like, yeah, I've got GAD, and Charlie went, girthy ass dick. Without hesitation.
I don't remember that. When was that?
He'd been thinking about it.
I think that was in the Corrupted Audio episode, but I don't remember.